Time now for a morning original. These are stories you'll see first here on Wake Up Central. And this morning we're talking about student loans.
Now those payments set to begin next month. In fact, they're starting in a few days. Wake Up Central's Michaela Johnson joins us now with what we can do to prepare and eventually end up paying. Michaela, good morning.
Good morning, Hayden and Karen. October is truly only days away, which means payments are too. Now, if you have student loans remaining after the 3-year pause, they already began gaining interest back on September 1st. But the time has come to set a plan on an extra bill in your budget. And experts say that planning is necessary.
The best thing you can do is just go at it head on.
Student loan repayments will soon start back up after the 3-year pandemic pause, and it's time to make sure everything is on the right track.
Make the phone call, see how much it is, and come up with a game plan to, one, make the monthly payment every month, but two, come up with a game plan to pay it off.
Thomas Williams with Arvest says once you know what your monthly payment will be, the planning can and must start.
It's vital that you put it into your budget.
He advises to write down every large payment that comes out of your monthly income, mortgage or rent, cell phone payments, and insurance. Then add what your repayment amount will be.
You will know if your payment will be okay with your new budget.
Mark Wilson, COO of First Arkansas Bank and Trust, echoes this plan of action. He adds the most important things to pay are yourself and your debt.
Pay yourself first. Save for the future, sacrifice early so that you can live better in the future and not have that burden of debt.
Wilson says there are more ways to not only prepare for loans, but pay them off.
Paying extra reduces your debt without costing you in interest. Extra that you pay pays down the principal, the actual money that you owe.
But if the full amount is already too much all at once, Williams says split it up.
I know my payment is going to be $300 every month. Whenever you get paid, slide $150 over into another checking account.
Both Wilson and Williams agree.
It's very important to watch every dollar and don't live above your means.
Yes, we want to have fun, but you got to make your student loan payment. You borrowed the money, now it's time for us to pay it back.
And as for the next generation of could-be borrowers, Wilson says to think before you borrow.
The best way to avoid student loan problems is to avoid student loans in the first place. If you do need some help to pay for it, make sure you're borrowing money for an education that will support a career that will give you fulfillment and satisfaction.
Now, Mark Wilson with First Arkansas Bank and Trust adds that there are opportunities for loan forgiveness. Karen Hayden, this looks like working public sector jobs for government agencies or serving in the military. Now, these can either reduce or eliminate your student loan debt.
Well, you heard firsthand right there. You have to pay it back. You borrowed it. You have to pay it back. But again, why is it so important that we do pay it back to make sure that you're covered in the future?
Absolutely. So if you don't, that can actually haunt you in the future because it can show up in your taxes or it can show up on those credit reports, which we know affects everything.
It certainly does, yeah. So do what you say you'll do. And I know Americans were teased with the idea that they may not have to. But again, like you said, Michaela, days away. So thank you.